Hey guys, here by Gene. So the GP2 series has kicked off for week 1 Galileo Grand Prix, and race went down really well yesterday. And here's the highlights for it. It took me 7 hours to put this together. Thanks for a lot of you guys tuning into the stream yesterday. And of course tomorrow will be the F1 Championship season kicking off with the same track on Galileo Ring. Here's the qualifying time for GP2 series, obviously starting first with 1:24 on the dot, and the rest going in the order like that. And of course for the actual race, that's how it went down, with the formation lap, everyone getting into the grid, and then there's 2x2 starting with sticky bomb start. So that's where everyone is getting organized. And then here is basically the beginning of the race. Everyone's getting into the sort of grid, or not even the grid itself, but just the positions from the qualifiers, as you saw in the beginning. If you need to pause any moments, then feel free to do that. But pretty much this is the formation lap. So there were three race stewards. Well, I was the safety car, as you can see, and the two others, Mister and JVD, they were the race stewards. So Mister was getting some nice shots and whatnot, and JVD was looking after the pit stop. So now we're approaching the end of the formation lap, and everyone basically had to get into the starting grid 2x2, like the actual F1 starting grid. So that got organized pretty quick as well. Pretty much this entire race was done really well with the organization and everything. So here I was in position for the safety car, and this is basically where I had to stand just in case anything happened in the first lap of the race, soon as the sticky bomb went off, because the likelihood of a crash will be extremely high in these situations. As you can see, 2x2 grid and the 2-laner, you never know. But look, the race was off. This is Evil Tunic's point of view. He started in 4th position. He grabs 3rd on the inside there, and this Mister's point of view, the beginning of the race. And someone goes flying off to Tim Tum Hu. I don't know if he came back, but it took him a while. But that's unfortunate stuff. A lot of lag was taking place at the beginning. It's unfortunate, of course, having to deal with that, people's connections. And here was a nice little controversial occurrence with Dean R96. He was in 4th position. You got 2nd position, Mini Temper. In 3rd, you have Evil Tunic. Now watch what happens, right? This is, he oversteers, loses a little bit of speed. Guy on the outside gets a nice overtake on him, but he keeps going and pushes it. Ends up getting himself into a collision, and then completely going back to 8th position. And from here, in the exit of the tunnel, the guy who started in pole position screwed up on the outside tyre line, and then bang, a massive collision here. The safety car was called out, and everyone has to slow down.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh, bollocks indeed. So the person who just took the lead there, Mini Temper, as you can see by his reaction, wasn't pleased by the safety car there, but it had to be done because of the collision of the first lap. So interesting start there already. A few of controversial moments. Safety car had to be called out, but what happened to Dean at first? He got himself into that position. He could have easily backed off and held his 4th position, actually 5th position that it was in, after he made a mistake from his oversteer. But stuff like that happens, all a learning experience. But it was definitely interesting. So I was a safety car. I was actually one of the worst safety cars. For example, you can look at me. I even knocked a few guys out on my way to the lead there to just pretty much control the pace. So now everyone's forming together, and the insane damage that these cars took at the end of the race, you'll see a few of the car bonnets actually came off, and it's crazy. Sorry, I'm extremely tired, man, but I want to get this commentary done in one take, one shot, 360 no scope, drop of the shoulder. So you can see safety car goes off, everyone's together, and the race pretty much sets off at this point. So now you can see there's a few guys lagging all over the place. I think there's one dude from Australia that was expected to get some connection issues. So it was unfortunate that he actually ends up timing out halfway through. So here is basically the beginning of the race, right after the safety car went off. Nice and smooth here with Elmis's point of view. The beginning of that one guy still lagging there, Scorpio. He's the one that times out. So people were actually trying to stay away from me. That's why you see a little bit of a gap there, which is understandable. Now, here on the exit of the tunnel, Temper actually holds that lead, of course, that he got from the beginning. Evil Twinic just behind him. And I believe Zirka is 4th position, lost the 3rd spot. I think there's Pekka 3rd. I'm not sure just yet. We can check. The standings will come up throughout the race. So right now I want to pay attention to just Temper and Evil Twinic for now, as the race goes on, because basically these guys pretty much kept it going in the front. But what was interesting for our 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, 8th positions, those were constantly changing throughout the entire race. And this race was, of course, intended for half an hour racing. F1 championships will be 50 minutes of racing, or 1 hour racing. So it's crazy how many positions were changing throughout the entire course. You know, you see right now, Mini Tempo in the lead, second Evil Tunic, third Zerka. Actually, he actually kept third position. And well, clearly my editing was bad there. But if you want to check the positions, just just pause the video, because I kind of rushed it through. But even though I rushed the editing, it was still 7 hours long for some reason. Just getting all the synchronizing footage together was just tiring. And you know, trying to get the all-in-one flow. You can see the GPS there in the bottom left. It's just indicating where everyone is. This all going to one flow, by the way. Is nothing to reverting back. Oh, there's a few little overtakes there. Oh, no, actually, there was about to be an overtake there. Like a Scorpio, they're lagging all over the place. It's another view in the top right corner from JBD. This just looks sick, man. Honestly, if I had energy right now, I would express this even more. Just how sick this is with all the point of views, with all the shots and stuff. You know, with this right here, man, this is what keeps me going on GTA 5. Being able to express this level of, I suppose, footage. I don't know if that's the appropriate term to use, footage, but creativity. You know, creativity on this game, to be able to have that freedom to do what you want with the recording, and especially now with PC editor, Rockstar editor thing, you can do even more crazy shit with that. So I haven't actually messed around with it, but I'll let you guys know. I haven't been on PC much ever since I got it, except for that live stream for 4 hours. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. I'm still yet to do my impressions on the PC version of GTA 5 anyway. Alright, so let's stick with the race now. Let's stick to the topic. So what's happened so far? There's a lot of things that's happened. There's so much action going on. You can see currently in third and fourth, two guys in the same team called the Icemen, and that's Lera and Pekka. And believe it or not, these guys actually qualified quite low. You know, Pekka qualified in 11th position, now ended up in 4th. It's crazy in the first few laps, you know. And Lera actually qualified in 6th position. So also, what happened there with the incident you saw before with that white car smashing into sign, that guy's name is Deserker. He qualified in 8th position. He was in 3rd position at the first few laps after that Dean collision, that controversial moment, and then ended up being in 10th position. So there's so many positions changing right now, it's unreal. And throughout the course of all those collisions and safety car, what you don't realize is that TJEUK, who's a teammate of Evil Tunic, who's currently in 2nd position, who's got that nice grey and blue color combination, as you saw, that's TJEUK right there. He qualified in 13th position. Now, if you guys pay close attention to these guys, Oisty, TJUK, Lara, Pekka, all these guys, basically between 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, these positions keep changing throughout the entire race. That was the most insane part about this race. And that's why I couldn't really skip forward to any particular moment, because throughout the entire race, you guys can see the course of all the changes that occur. I thought it was going to be a boring race at first, but because of the safety car rule came out, bang! Everyone's together again after that major incident first. A rolling start came along, and then everyone's close together, and a few things happened there and then, and it keeps happening throughout the entire race. And that's what I liked about it. Unfortunate incident there, guy literally threaded the needle. I think that was TJUK threading the needle there, and the yellow team take each other out. Controversial moment there. That was insane. And bang, another collision there. So much action caught on tape right now. Unavoidable, it's inevitable. That shit right there, you can't escape that. So many cameras everywhere, my eyes looking at you, pressure's on, man. But you know, I do enjoy this sort of stuff, man, because oh shit, did I just knock my mic out? Hello, you working? Oh right, okay. So look, there's so much going on right now, but it's crazy because qualifying times is one thing, but then being consistent is another. You know what I mean? Because in these races, you know, it's all about endurance. You know, you've got to keep it consistent. You're not trying to push yourself every single time. And hopefully people do learn from this GP2 series, from this footage anyway, those are taking part, of course, for the next race. Oh, collision there. The next upcoming races, people improve throughout every single one, and that's just the way to go about it. It's going to be interesting. Look at the current positions right now. You can see Lara, Pekka 3rd, 4th, 5th in Scorpio, Oisty 6th, Durka 7th, oh sorry, my bad, and Rampa, Bododrom 8th, TJUK 9th, and Richard Owens 10th, Epsilon 11th, and so forth, so on. So TJUK currently is in 9th position, right? But he started 13th. As you can see, Mini Temper's comfortably in the lead. Evil Tunic's right behind him, and the third and fourth, the teammates together there. And as we witnessed a few incidents with a couple of teammates in the yellow team as well. So it's crazy because this is all the laps you're seeing right now, one after each other. So nothing's really skipped right now, where each lap was basically covered with the shots. So you see pretty much each lap going one after each other, with most areas of the track covered. Myself covering the first section here, and Elmister covering the second section, and JVD covering the pit stop area, the tunnel exit of chicane, as he had the responsibility of making sure everyone is doing the pit stop properly and sticking to the rule of 20-second mandatory stop, as there's only one required for this race, like I've mentioned, and for the F1 there's two. So here's how it went down, right? Of course, 4 players were not able to make it, and now there's there's 15 races at the moment in this lobby for GP2. There's supposed to be 20 in total. Obviously one disconnected, and Scorpio was lagging extremely badly there because he was from Australia. It's unfortunate. But right now, current standings, you see Mini Tempo in the lead, Evil Twinning just right behind him, being consistent, and third and fourth place extremely close to each other, but they're teammates, so they're not too fussed about taking each other's positions there. So smart things going on there. Oyster just behind there, and Zerka actually managed to recover from all his collisions, grabbing 6th position there, which is awesome. And just behind him is Bombatorom. I don't know how to pronounce his name, holy shit. And then TJUK is right there actually behind him. And then I believe that is either Richard Owens, I'm not too sure, and Epsilon is there. And then this is Hayden and other person, Samora. And I think that is Sensi, just in front of Samora. Or that could be Samora. Okay, I'm kind of confused right now because of the colours. Sorry, it's extremely late. Actually, it's early. But pit window is now open, by the way, from lap 9 to 12. So this is the 9th lap. And what's interesting is that the leader, who was Mini Temper, ended up taking the pit right away, which is kind of crazy. On the first, I think it's not the first lap, the 9th lap or the 10th lap actually. I'm not too sure because I couldn't really tell from this footage. But JVD was currently in position for the pit. You can see there on the top left, he's looking for anyone that will approach it, and it will take note of anyone that's coming in and out, so that he makes sure everyone actually does it. So I believe this was the 9th lap or the 10th lap. Just want to make sure I'm not saying the incorrect lap there, but positions currently are the same. But Oyster's are slowly creeping up to 3rd and 4th, as you can see. You can't really see the standings clearly there, but Zerka is just sort of peeled away from Oyster there. Just right behind Zerka is Robert Taron, and then TGUK is just right behind Robert Taron. So you can see right now Mini Temper's actually gone for the pits, and was it Evil Twinic grabs the lead, as you can see. Said that twice, but it's interesting because when Mini Temper entered that pit lane early, what he had to end up with afterwards was kind of expected from a lot of people, because if you go to the pit early, you're having to deal with traffic ahead of you, whereas if you go late into the pits, then you can actually get some leeway. But look at this battle right now. Ooh, unfortunate stuff with Pekka there. So actually Oyster manages to grab 4th position. Well, technically 4th, but in this situation is 3rd. So Pekka kind of chokes on the outside tire lines, where the teammates now split apart. Oyster manages to take advantage of that situation. So Oyster manages to recover from his little mistake from pole position in the first lap. So, oh, wait a minute. Oyster grabs another position. So Oyster is currently 2nd position. So Oyster grabs 2 positions in 1 lap. And Robert Torum actually grabs another position, a position from Zerka actually. So this is crazy. There's positions being switched all over the place. So what we saw previous lap has completely changed on this lap. So Oyster grabs 2nd position. Mini Temper's gone to the pit, right? And there's so much shit going on right now, I can't even tell who's who. So this is the backpack on the middle screen. On the left-hand side, you see the uphill second-hander coming up from Elmis's point of view. I'm just showing right now. So Mini Temper's currently being held up. Who will be held up by, oh my god, Epsilon. But now a lot of people are coming into the pit lane, as you can see. This is crazy. So I'm showing on the top left who's coming into pit right now. Everything's all synchronized. You can see Zerka, Pekka, all of these TJ UK, all of these guys are now pitting. But what's crazy, before the pitting lap, a lot of positions were taken. So Oicy grabs second position, but it's technically third right now because Mini Temper should be in the lead, obviously, because Evil Tunic hasn't actually pitted yet. He ends up going on the last lap of the pit window, which is lap 12, which is quite smart because he was able to use the free gap and the time to rack up that consistency and just making sure he can just nicely keep that lap time going every single time without no one getting away. What you'll notice after this is that Mini Temper gets held up somewhere around this point because he's already gone, but he's currently in a battle with Epsilon. You'll see quite shortly. So Evil Tunic's on his way into the entrance of the tunnel, but what you see right now is right here on the screen the battle. So Mini Temper's out of his pit stop. He's done his one mandatory pit. He's done it quite early, but now he's having to face the consequences of being held up. So he's off the racing line. Once again, he gets countered there. It was actually a really nice counter, that, because it's extremely difficult to overtake on this track. But Epsilon does end up allowing him to go for it because he knows, he's technically, the Mini Temper's technically in the lead. And you see there now a couple more guys going in for the pit while Temper is just breezing through, just holding his position right now. He's not really out there, but he seems to have somewhat of a gap for him now. So while everyone's making the pit, slight little collision there in the pit. Holy shit, look at that. But Robotoron and Epsilon are currently in the pit, so there's quite a few things going on right now. But this is where Evil Tunic on his 12th lap is going to end up obviously having to pit, because if he doesn't, he gets penalized. So there's quite a few things going on right now. We're 17 minutes into the video. Thank fuck I've survived that. But everyone's finishing off their pits now. It's awesome. Just looking at this, the organization, just people doing it properly, is just the beauty of it. Now, here is the interesting part. Now, obviously, Mini Temper was held up, and Evil Tunic had all that space and freedom, so he can actually end up closing the gap. This is where Temper must not make any mistake and feel under pressure in the situation, because he knows that Evil Tunic needs to go for the pit. And of course, before Mini Temper entered the pit, it was in the lead. Now he's currently in second position. So this is where Evil Tunic has to wait for 20 seconds, and now Mini Temper is just entering the tunnel and it's just gonna pass Evil Tunic there, and they pretty much are going to keep the same distance apart from before entering the pits and afterwards, as you see right now. That is pretty cool what you see from all these point of views. And I'm also indicating the gap there from the GPS as well, the bird's eye overview. So that is sick. So back to square one, I guess, with the positions. So, right now in the positions, you can see Temper in the lead again, Evil Tunic second, Oicy third, Lera fourth, Pekka fifth, Samura sixth, Robotoron 7th, Zerka 8th, and TJU 9th, Epsilon 10th, Sensei 87th. Remember these positions because these actually keep on changing throughout the race. That's the thing. It's crazy because people always go on about lap times, even myself, I love going for records and shit like that. But at the end of the day, in races like these, it's all about being consistent, because that's what's going to give you the results and the positions that you're going to hold. As long as you can hold that consistency, then it's going to be difficult for someone to overtake you on tracks like this. So there's the current positions and standings, looking quite sweet. Few people recovering from situations. So some people were failing and making a lot of mistakes. But you see some awesome comebacks near the end though. So I wanted to keep this entire footage there. So you say basically Elmis is struggling to get the shot. I might need to fire him. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that appalling shot. My guy is jumping with the broken steward car and all of that. Yo, come on, man. Can't disrespect. What? Bro, that's the Voltic, man. Shit. Look at that. Bumper to bumper stuff right there between 3 cars, and Zerka's creeping up from the back there. TJ UK right there as well. Remember, Samura's 6th place, it seems. This is the backpack. These are the guys at the back battling out for the top 10 position. Remember, all the positions that finish in the top 10 get the points. So it depends on the mentality of the players and the teams. If you can either do it for yourself, drivers championship, or for the team points. Everyone's got their own little purpose behind these races. And of course, racking up the points for Constructors Championships is always good as well, along with your personal best as well. So it's all about holding those positions and making sure your teammates are doing good as well. And that's where all of this comes with strategy. You know, if two teammates are together, what do you do in those situations? Do you let one guy pass? But look at this. Look at this. Oisty actually ends up losing a position from 3rd to 4th. Lera's in 5th. Pekka got 3rd position. So now things are looking a bit interesting here. You can see right there, Oisty just behind Pekka. So there is a battle for 3rd right now, a battle for podium. Crazy stuff. And there's a bit of a gap between 4th and 5th. Zerka managed to grab 6th there. Robert Bottom was just behind him in 7th. TG UK managed to grab 8th and Samora now in 9th. So a lot of positions once again changed in the span of 1 lap. So there's a couple of battles going in different areas right now. A bunch of cars together. There's a battle right here. Look at this. Oh, something happened to Oisty. Oisty actually flies off, meaning he loses out on 4th position now. And he's actually lost out on 5th. Now 6th. Now 7th. 8th. And keep an eye on TJ UK grabbing those positions. He ended up respawning. Now TJ UK has now managed to grab 5th position from being 7th. So a lot of the positions have now changed once again. This is crazy, crazy stuff right now. So Zerka's just there. Oh sharp, he actually goes off, he crashes. He ends up crashing, losing all those positions. Trying to go back. So Zamora grabs position back from Oisty. Yo, it's just going back and forth. I don't know exactly the positions right now, but you see TG UK just ahead of Robertov. Samora's right behind him. Oisty's right behind Samora. And Zeroka 26 is there, and these are the current positions. So Pekka in 3rd, Lera in 4th, TG UK in 5th, Robert Botarum drawn in 6th, Samora in 7th, Oisty in 8th, Zerka in 9th, oh my god, Exelon in 10th. All these positions changing is absolutely crazy. So you see there, the backpack once again battling out for top 10 position there to gather as much points as possible, or any points whatsoever. Of course, finishing below 10th doesn't get you anywhere with the points. So Oisty, sorry, that's not Oisty, this is the backpack, my bad. That's Oisty's teammate, oh my god, Epsilon, going at it in 10th position. So that's Mini Temp in the lead right there. And just behind him is Evil Twinnick, keeping it consistent. It seems like Evil Twinnick at this position does not want to push and just wants to keep the 2nd place for the points because he knows his teammate currently is doing well as well. That's one car that's getting lapped, that's Dean. It's unfortunate. Just behind him is Pekka. So Dean just got lapped by a couple of cars there in the lead by Evil Twinnick and Mini Temper, as you can see by the standings. And there's a huge gap between 3rd and 4th here. You can see 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, 9th, all going at it close to each other throughout this race. Samora just peeling off there to 9th position from being 6th for a long time. 4th position, TG UK actually grabs 4th now. And Robert Butteron is 5th, Oisty 6th, Lera is 7th. So Lera's lost out quite a few positions, crazily. Something must have happened to him. Zerka managed to grab 8th position though. So Lera from being 4th, lost out and now is 7th. So crazy stuff. Now this is basically the middle pack, the main names that we just mentioned, and it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep going. So it's crazy because you gotta keep track of these stuff. But I'm trying my best. Guys, when I was editing this, like holy shit, there's a lot of stuff going on. Because in the actual stream, we were paying attention to the guys in the front, but what was going in the middle of the pack right now is crazy. TG UK right there ahead. OEC managed to grab position from Robert Batoron, sorry. So I think OEC now is currently in 5th position. So Robert Batoron lost his position now back to 6th now, as you can see, and Zerka's in 7th, Lera's in 8th. Lera's actually lost out quite a few positions. Lera's lost out 4 positions in the past 2 laps. Zamora's in 9th still. How do you pronounce that guy? It's Rombo Tadron. I'm gonna call him Rombo. Yeah, okay, Rombo. So Rombo has lost out a position there. Look at this. So everyone's close to each other. Something's gonna happen down there. I think some. Oh, wait a minute. TJ. Wait, something's crazy going on right now. Let's see. TJ's in 4th. Wait a minute. Oisty, that's right. Something happened to Oisty. Oisty lost out a few positions. The Oisty's lost a few positions there, and now Zerka's actually gone for 5th position. And it's a few moments after Zerka's actually got another position. He's in 5th, and Rambo has lost out another position. So it's crazy. Now, Zurka's actually made an insane comeback. Remember the sign that he crashed? Look, he's nearly done it again right there. Look how close these guys are. That's Zurka in the lead from that pack anyway. And Rumbo is right behind him, and Oisty just behind him as well. So it's just going back and forth. Honestly, it's going back and forth. Sorry for my pronunciations. So tired, man. But we are keeping track with this right now. That's one of the lap cars. Dean right behind him. Third, I think fourth position. TJ UK. Third position is Pekka. You see everyone's just going into the tunnel right now. And Tamura's there in 9th position. The yellow car that just entered the tunnel last. And here we're approaching the final section, or it's basically the final lap. This is going to be the final lap, and it's going down to the wire. Gonna see who's finishing where. It's a constant battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and 9th. Current standings: Zurka in 5th, TJ in 4th, Rambo in 6th, Lera in 7th, Oisty in 8th, and Samora in 9th. But what's crazy is pay attention to the gap between Oisty and Lera. Okay, this is the final lap. Oisty is going to push insane amounts to Lera right now, and he obviously has gone for a lot in this race, from starting pole to all of his positions he's lost, the positions he's grabbed to what he's lost, exiting the tunnel now from the chicane. Look at the gap from this point, right? So these guys are going at it. The positions pretty much roughly stay the same the way they are now. So the last lap, this is the gap between Lera and Oisty, right? So Oisty is just pushing it to the max right now. He really wants to grab that position. He's had enough, you know. He's made too many mistakes. He just wants to go for it now. Just at least grab a few scrap points for his team, because his teammates not doing that well at Omega Epsilon. See the current standings right now. But check this. The very last corner, the photo finish was real. Photo finish between Oisty and Lera was so real that Oisty actually manages to grab 7th position on the final corner. Unbelievable stuff right there for GP2 for the first race of the first week out of the 9. You know, it's crazy. The final standings there you see right now. Basically, people are coming to the finish. Mini Temper finishes first. Congratulations to him. Evil Tunic in 2nd, Pekka in 3rd, TJ UK in 4th, Zurka in 5th, and I believe behind him is Rumbo finishing in 6th. Oisty finishing in 7th. They're grabbing a point against Lera, but Pekka scrapping the Iceman points there in 3rd position. And Samora finishing in 9th. Sensei actually grabs 10th position from Epsilon, meaning Epsilon doesn't get a point for Oisty's team. And this is basically the final standings from qualifier comparison to the actual race finish. You guys can see there, absolutely crazy. You would not have expected. Look at the comeback from TJ, from starting 13th position, finishing 4th, keeping that consistency up. I didn't see that guy make a single mistake throughout the race. And even Rombo starting 14th, finishing bloody 6th. That is absolutely insane as well. So a lot of these guys who didn't do well in qualifier just kept consistent and finished top. That's the beauty of this, man. So here's the Constructors Championship on the right. Pace PMO's currently in the lead with 30 points. I'll keep you guys updated with all this information every single week. We cover this. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the first race of the GP2 season. We have another 8 more to go. So it's going to be crazy. Stay tuned for the F1 Championship season starting off tomorrow. I'll see you guys there on my stream on Twitch. All the information in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Shaggy sign out. Good night. Peace. Yeah. Hey guys, Shaggy here, Unit. Just wanted to give you guys a reminder and update of the Formula 1 Championships that will be taking place next week, 17th of April, 7 PM GMT, along with the GP